It's Shakespeare's coffee break. Drink the coffee, get caffeinated. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, my friends, it is time for Shakespeare's coffee break. I am your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare, and I am on my coffee break. Let's start off with a nice noisy slurp. Oh, yeah, that is some good internet audio, people. Oh, my goodness, we have an amazing show for you here today. We are going to have such a good time. We are going to have a silly, cerebral, possibly asinine conversation betwixt Paolo Garbanzo, the mayor of Awesometown, and myself. Paolo Garbanzo, he's a man of many talents. He is a dungeon master. He is a raconteur. He can spin a good yarn for you. He is a serial entrepreneur. And in fact, he possibly starts more businesses than he has brain capacity in order to deal with. Yes, and that's starts the net. You can even hear him wherever he is right now. He's not on screen, but you can hear him. Yes, he starts businesses, new ones, before he gives the existing ones a chance to flourish, and thus he is my hero that way. Oh my goodness. But lords, ladies, non-binary, gentles, friends, everybody, please welcome to Shakespeare's Coffee Break, the return of Paolo Garbanzo. He's so sexy. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Shakespeare.
So Paolo, my friend, how are you?
I heard your comments earlier. That was fantastic. Yeah, I was thinking to myself, I'm the mother bird, and I'm just kicking the fly free. Oh God. Oh no. Okay. What about you? Like, why are you throwing chickens out of this tree? How did you get the chickens in the tree? What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Oh, hello. Oh, already. I'd already. Awesometown Mayor comes complete with full service.
It is a full service place, but yes, friends, we have Awesometown Mayor Paolo Garbanzo here on the show, and just in case you want to go follow him, give him likes, because he no doubt saw my post earlier today about me hitting 5,000 likes here on Facebook. He's like, oh, Shakespeare, I don't have 5,000 likes. I need to up my social media.
I know, right?
Even though I'm celebrating Shakespeare, I am also going to murder him. But yeah, make sure you go over.
I got to piggyback on you. I can't.
Oh yeah, piggyback on you. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. But go to facebook.com/Paolo Garbanzo, and also the show we do together, Nat 21 Adventures. Facebook.com/Nat 21 Adventures. You can watch Nat 21 every Sunday, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. at both Facebook and also when it is cooperating with us on twitch.tv/Paolo Garbanzo. Yeah. So make sure you go and join us for that. And I'm not going to be on this week's episode. I'm taking an off week to do family stuff.
Right.
With Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, and I'll set you up for the good.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, no, I see where you're going with it. We are doing a fake holiday on what just happens to be a real holiday weekend for all family stuff.
Yes, and so we're not just having one special guest, but we're having two special guests, because it takes that much to make up for one Shakespeare. See, I set you up there. So we have not only do we have Louis from London Broil. All right, now he's
I've yet to meet him.
Oh my gosh, and yet you won't.
I know. Are we actually the same person? No one's ever seen us in the same place together.
It's true. And
yeah,
I've
we
yet
could be
to
the same person.
something at you, and you maybe you catch it. I don't know.
I don't know. You've never thrown anything at me, actually.
Oh, I will. I will now. So not only is Louis going to come here, but he is accompanied by the one and only Baron Sir Pistachio.
Sweep Spain, they're chaotic. Oh my goodness, Baron Sir Pistachio. He is gonna join. That is amazing.
An actual squirrel. So not only, it takes one person plus a talking squirrel to replace one Shakespeare. So
there are some who think he sounds exactly like Strong Bad back from the Homestar Runner days, but there are others.
It's like if you stretched it, maybe like take it to the Strong Bad, and then you kind of make it squirrely. So it's like there's definitely Strong Bad-esque. I would say maybe that's what we call it.
Strong Bad-esque. But we have some friends watching. Hello, everybody out there in Facebook Landia, and also on YouTube. One of the first times we are simulcasting on both platforms at once. Usually I upload it later.
Oh, you're doing it live to YouTube. Oh.
Yeah, I know. YouTube Live. It's a crazy thing. And friends, if you want to go give YouTube some likes so I can stop potentially monetizing things over there at some point in the future. I'm hearing wonderful feedback here as well.
Oh, that was me. Sorry.
All right, it's all right. Please go to youtube.com/c/Shakespeare Approves, and that will take you directly to my YouTube channel, and go, subscribe. I don't know. I just lost words. I should probably, because I was thinking, here's the next thing I should do. I should probably type in the URL for you to go follow, because it is needlessly complicated.
Kitty Chaos is here. Yay!
Kitty Chaos is watching. What?
Yes.
Oh my goodness gracious.
She is not only the maker of the miniature that will be Sir Pistachio. So she
Sir Pistachio.
She has a vested interest in his survival. But we're gonna have her on the show real soon, because I love playing Dungeons and Dragons with Kitty Chaos. So she's gonna be special guest down the road.
Is the Baron Sir Pistachio miniature actually the pistachio from? Is actually the miniature from Boop? Her character.
No, she's making a new one. She's making a new one for us. Oh yeah, yeah. So.
Excellent. Yeah, but Kitty Chaos is here. I'm not able to see whatever she was saying, but there we go.
She made an emoji of a unicorn, Pegasus, stars, and rainbows. Yes.
Oh, excellent. I wish this showed me emojis. That would be wonderful.
In my world, which is the same world that we're building in Nat 21,
yes.
Her character is a goblin paladin rogue.
Goblin Paladin Rogue.
Her character development is, I have to say, is one of the best. I would listen to that 8-page backstory, because it's all played out.
We're gonna have to do it as an audio drama.
Chaotic evil goblin rogue, and she's got like 6 levels in rogue. She met this group of paladins, and this one particular paladin, and oh my gosh, we have like race issues and all sorts of crap going on in the game too. So she met these paladins. They're kind of dicks, except for the one elf paladin who was like, she's like, I'm a goblin, you're an elf, this isn't right. But they've somehow managed to become friends, and now they're both paladins together, and they're wrecking the place. So she has. And they're griffin riders. This particular group of paladins rides griffins, right? That's their thing. They have a big eyrie up in the big tower, and you choose. This whole thing about choosing your griffin that comes to you when you're a young squire and all this stuff. So here they are, and she's this goblin, and of course all the other griffins are like, ugh, but the one reject griffin who is like, I'm your friend, and so she now has she's a picture of a real bird that is, I swear, it's like, I don't know what's up with that bird, but this is a real bird. It really exists. Kitty, can you put the name of the bird in the maybe even like a Wikipedia link to it in the comments?
Zan is Bay. Is that it?
Yes, Zan is the name of the elf. Kitty, put a Wikipedia link to that bird, because it's hilarious.
Oh my god!
And so she's like, yeah, that's the head of the bird, and then it's the rest of the line. So they just recently had a really wacky adventure where they went to the world where demons go to deal, and she kind of lost all of her money in a deal, but she ended up with a harness and saddle for her griffin that has all of the extra bells and whistles. And when I mean bells and whistles, she presses the right button and rainbows shoot out of the griffin's butt. So special effects.
Oh my God in heaven. All right. You're watching D&D Talk here on Shakespeare's Coffee Break, the show that has 3 active viewers and listeners right now because Paolo just lost everybody. All right.
No. I thought we gained one from that.
That would have been amazing. No, but for more of that nerdy action, make sure to join us Sundays for Nat 21 Adventures. The only thing better than a Natural 20 is, of course, a Nat 21. It's a Dungeons and Dragons game with some of your favorite Renaissance performers, including Mab Just Mab, Adomo Ignis, Roger Awesome, Lord of Adventure, and co-owner of the New Jersey Renaissance Fair, Paolo Garbanzo, myself, and special guest star Louis from London Royal is going to be on. And let's see. Kitty says, instead of giving you the Wikipedia article or whatever, she wants you to Google Po2Bird to see what Goober looks like. And Goober is also her bae, but it has a gridding body. I don't know any of these words. What is happening? What is life? I don't know.
That's how the kids speak today, Shakes. That's how. Look, you made up 30,000 words. That can make up like 5.
Yeah, but a lot of them were just simply compound words. I was just adding together. I was just doing that. Just making I gave you alligator. Alligator's mine. Yeah, you're welcome.
Right.
You're welcome,
which
Florida.
was started off. See, that was from the Arabic al gator,
and it and then it went over into Spanish, and then we took it.
Right.
Yep.
I actually just made that up. So
no. You're actually correct though. It was Spanish by way of the Moors.
Well, it looks like it, but anyway.
No, that's actually true though. I mean,
well, no, it does. It does look like that because that's like, Anyway, all right. Wait, are we having this discussion? Because we could, but we have some other discussions.
You're on the language etymology hour.
There should be like a language etymology minute, and literally,
no, it's the language etymology hour. Damn it!
Just you have 1 minute to explain yourself. That's
all right. All right, fine. We will edit that to be the minute. All right, and
you have 1 minute.
Explain yourself. Go. Timer.
Okay, so there's this word, right? Okay, so originally came from Germans, and then all of a sudden, all right, so then some of the Romans showed up, and then they were like, hey, what is that? And they're like, huh? And they're like, oh, well, let's use that word now. Your word's kind of better and easier to spell. All right, so we'll use that. And then over there, then it became Daneland, and then the Danes brought it over to England, and then the French ran
15 seconds!
And then, so what had happened is the French were like, oh, bloody, bloody, blah, I'm French. And then, blah, blah, blah. And then they went to the south, back around to Italy. And Italy was like,
and we don't like the word. All right. Okay. And what we got out of that was the French said, blah, 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 blah. And that's all you need to know. That was your language etymology minute, brought to you by Paolo Garbanzo. When you want languages explained, go to facebook.com/Paolo Garbanzo and sign up for your master classes.
Oh, I got millions of them. Trust me. Did we talk about German windows? Did we talk about this, or was that we did?
No, that was not with me. We'll get into that in a minute. But first, we've got to go and pay some bills. All right, we'll be back with Paolo Garbanzo in just a few moments. But friends, I'd like to remind you that Shakespeare's Coffee Break is brought to you by Hill Storage and Rigging Company. Hill Storage and Rigging Company. You can visit them at hillrigging.com and call them at 717-944-7676. Enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing your equipment is in skilled and experienced hands, with services from our machine movers and erectors in Middletown, PA. Established in 1967, Hill Storage and Rigging Company is a family-owned and operated full-service millwright serving industries in the Mid-Atlantic states and beyond. We are a woman-owned small business. Hours of operation on Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Available Saturdays and Sundays by appointment only. Hill Storage and Rigging Company. No job too large or too small. And if you would like to advertise here on Shakespeare's Coffee Break, just email me, shakespeare@shakespeareapproves.com. We'll sell anything, pretty much, so long as it's legal and not morally objectionable. And if it is morally objectionable, dear God, easy for me to say. If it is morally objectionable, pay me extra. That's all I ask. Okay, but now let's talk with Paolo Garbanzo, mayor of Awesometown, serial entrepreneur, serial eater. I have heard. I don't know. I've never actually seen.
A little bit. Oh,
phone call getter.
No, yes.
Who is it? Who is it? Answer it.
Mr. Risk, Mr. Spam Risk.
Oh,
I'm not answering that.
All right.
So, segueing, you were mentioning the New Jersey Ren Fair, and this coming weekend would have been the opening weekend of New Jersey.
It would have been, yes.
And I have word from Roger Awesome himself that the New Jersey Fair is going to do some online shows
over the next 3 weekends. Yes.
Yep. And they're just going to throw out some stuff. So check out their Facebook page and make sure you don't miss it. I'm going to send them a little clip of a new video that I made at the beginning of this quarantine with a new trick that I was working on. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this. This will be my new summer trick that, this year, and had a big old thing. And now I'm not doing that trick, but I did get it on video. So there it is. So that's coming up. And this coming up weekend would be the closing weekend of the Tennessee Ren Fair.
And Scarborough Renaissance Fair. And
yeah.
Yes, I was going to be in Scarborough down in Texas this weekend. So yeah,
big shout out.
3-day weekend.
Big shout outs to all of those fairs. We love them, but here we are.
We love you, but also friends, in watching shows like this and supporting shows like this and things such as the Digital Ren Fair and people's live streams, going to the tip jars, etc. You are helping to keep the professionals in this business actively, gainfully employed and allowing us to continue to practice our craft. And so on behalf of Paolo, I'm just going to speak for you, Paolo. On behalf of all of us, thank you. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Yes.
And you're allowing us to work. Oh, here is Louis. Oh, my goodness.
I told him we were going to be here.
And Louis from London Royal is commenting on the show today. Hello, Louis. I've never actually met you. Hi, I'm Shakespeare. And he says he's on stage right now.
And Louis does the Scarborough. You would have met.
So we would have met Louis. Yeah. Ships passing in the night, or at least quarantined in our own dry dock areas.
Yeah, good to see him. So Louis, not only is a fantastic juggler, but I just put together a couple of things that he sent me, and one of them is this really awesome. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. This is the candle shop. It is the same size for miniatures, right? So you can have your little guy, open the door, bust it into place. They're fantastic. They're easy to build and they're super sturdy. Me and my kid, we made this, or we put it together. Louis made these. We put them together. They're great kits.
Wonderful.
They're easy and fun. Yeah.
It reminds me of those build the Eiffel Tower kits and whatnot.
And not only and he's great because not only is it they're fairly simple to put together, but if you need to, you can go and
to littleempire.com, LITTLE Empire. So there we go.
So they have great, easy to follow video instructions that are right there. Just minutes. Put them together. Boom. They're gorgeous. And
look at this, Louis. You're getting a free ad. There you go.
Right.
Courtesy of Paolo.
That's right. So
Paolo just turned this into a shameless self-promotion happy hour. All right, there we go.
You're welcome, Louis. There you go. So, right.
Yeah, he's saying thank you, Paolo.
Oh, good.
And he also said he's nice to meet me, Mr. Spear. Love my work. Thank you. It feels like if you calling me Mr. Spear, I should be like the name Spear. Shakespeare.
I like it. Tying all of these things together. Ren Fair.
Louis will be sending you money.
Old Ren Fairs, new Ren Fairs, the newest Ren Fair.
Oh, the newest Ren Fair, which we
That's right.
created whilst texting each other earlier today.
Speaking of, because you were just talking about making new businesses and throwing them in the air before they can fly.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hashtag Sealand Renfest.
For those of you who do not know what Sealand is, Sealand is a 1940s from World War II post that was built. It's like an oil rig out in the sea between England and the mainland of Europe that were abandoned many years ago, obviously, because it's just an oil rig sitting out there that's made of concrete and had guns on it. And then they were abandoned during the war. There it is.
Principality of Sealand, sealand.gov.org.
And how many years ago? It was like 20 years ago, 15 years, 20, 25 years ago that someone was like, well, I claim this.
I think it was about 30 now.
So it was abandoned.
Oh, no, here it goes. Yep. Founded as a sovereign principality in 1967 in international waters. So 50 years now.
So they were built way outside of the 12-mile radius of any country.
Oh,
so
no, only 7 miles away from Britain.
Oh, 7 miles. That's right.
7 miles. They are within.
6 miles is the water border that you can have. So it is international waters, and so because it's international waters and it was abandoned, anyone can claim it. It's Sealand. So this guy did it, and if you read the story, it's all true. They fended off an attack by, I'm not making this up, German mercenaries who were there to just take over the place because they were like, oh, that is pretty cool. I'm going to take over. And their kid was the only person on board at the time, and he fended off these guys. And because it is a military base, I mean, it's meant to be a military base, he managed to capture them in a spot and he was like, surrender now to the Principality of Sealand.
Yeah, it's right there, literally right off the coast of London.
Yeah,
and you go about 100 miles east or so, and you get to the Hague.
Yeah,
there you have it.
It's beautiful. So what we think is a brilliantly bad idea.
It's an amazing idea. It could not get any better.
Is that you go there? We're gonna have a party. We're gonna get everybody over there, and the thing is that for a low price, you can become a prince. I think you'd be like a.
It goes crazy. Here we go. Starting at £19.99, £19.99, you can own a piece of Sealand territory. For £24.99, get a Sealand identity card. For £200, become a count or countess of Sealand. For £500, become a duke or duchess of Sealand. But for only £30, become a lord, lady, baron, or baroness.
Oh, they practically give those away, yeah.
For £100, get knighted. So, just as at many Renaissance fairs where the queen or the king or the lord,
they do a knighting ceremony for all the kids.
Exactly.
Why not make it real?
Make it like we could do the Renfest knighting of like, oh, you took part in the game, hooray! Make it, just throw some extra cash on there. We will knight you for freaking real, people.
I will. You know what? And for extra bonus, I'll even notarize it.
Yeah, and you're a notary?
No, but I will be for this. If this happens, I'm totally getting my notary. I'm gonna be like,
we're gonna go crazy, stupid, complex with this. But the thing that started it was a conversation my wife and I were having of saying, oh, if only we could have COVID testing before even entering a Renaissance festival. So of just like the thermometers, whatever, like the Insta tests, there are some blood tests you can do that give you results back within half an hour. Also roughly half an hour or so. I think it's made out in South Korea. And well, how would you do that? Well, if you're at Sealand, you're just waiting right there, waiting to come in. There's a holding area. So here's the festival, and we're still going to treat you great, and it's going to be wonderful. There are lodgings there that you can do, and it'll be an amazing one weekend only festival.
Right. You just you come in and you're like, basically, you know, you have, because there's got to be like a dining hall, right, for the soldiers that would have been there. So, I mean, it's like we just dress it. All we have to do is dress it up medievally, and bam. And then you're like, oh, wait, this guy paid a little extra. His lordship.
Oh, the baronet is here. Oh, very nice, very nice.
Who wouldn't want that? Come on.
Yeah, like, look at this. Look at this. This is it's just amazing. Look.
By the way,
look.
Sealand is currently not paying us a dime for this. We're just coming up with the idea. We'll just all fly to London, spend a few days in London, and then boom, that extra price, we just take the ferry out to Sealand.
See, here's my question. If you become a Duke or Duchess, which is the most expensive option, do you also get knighted and get everything else in there?
Oh, like a Patreon, like...
Yeah, like, is it just included? Or is it like, oh, you're a knight? It's like, oh, you're a Duke, but you've never technically been knighted, you know?
Yeah, we should probably email them.
But also, if you're a Duke or Duchess or a Baron or a Baronet in... Countess, etc. in Sealand, the question that we would have is the duchy? Because in England, for instance, you have the Duchy of Northumberland, right? You have the Duchy of Essex. I'm sorry, the County of Essex and things like that.
Well, it's not that big of a place, so you probably get like, like a square foot.
Yeah, or do you not technically have a duchy? You have the rank of duke, but no actual dukedom,
Right. You'd have to have like 20 dukedoms to just get a room.
Exactly.
Then,
yeah, that makes sense.
Kind of worth it. I mean, kind of worth it.
Dude.
Where else are you going to get a dukedom from? I mean, seriously.
Scotland's selling them too.
Okay, well, aside from Sealand, Scotland... my house. Where else are you gonna get a dude?
Wait, how are you offering noble titles? You are the mayor of Awesometown.
True. You know what? I really can't. I am just a civic leader. But when I put on my Pope's hat, I am actually the religious leader of Awesometown. I am the Pope of Awesometown. And I can give religious titles out.
Oh, very nice. That is grand. So it was asked over here, how many people can fit on that tiny looking place. So let us see. I'm just seeing
if the size of an oil rig. So I mean,
a few hundred people at least.
At least a couple hundred. So yeah. I mean, the price is gonna have to be worth it to have, because normally, fairs have several thousand, but we're just. It might be expensive, but listen.
Look, this is purely a money-making operation, and I don't see how it can fail.
Listen, we
have ideas,
but we're just doing it for the money. So really,
vendors, your fees are going to be exorbitant. All right, but here's the thing: you get to say. You did the Sealand Renfest. This is probably only going to happen one time.
And we're going to pay all the entertainers with exposure.
By exposure, baby. You know what?
The North Sea is what we're doing.
You're only 7 miles from shore. You're going to make it. You're likely to get there. People swim the English Channel all the time.
I hope you worked out. I swim 7 miles after you just did a bunch of shows. Cool.
Just toss you, but you get to go home with an earldom. We're gonna
make you an earl.
Yeah, it's like I'd rather have the money that goes to the. Wouldn't we all? Wouldn't we all?
We push you off the rig in the direction of England. If you can swim back before the end of the night, we'll make you the king or the queen or whatever you want. No, you're not going to make it, though.
You're not going to be the king. It's a principality. You can't be a king.
Look, they can offer you whatever because no one's going to make it. That's
true.
Especially with the gunboats.
Oh, yeah.
Did I mention the gunboats? I didn't mention the gunboats.
You did not mention the gunboats. Oh, goodness. Stephanie says we're going to die from North Sea exposure.
Yeah,
and Louis... And Louis calling you the Sealand Notary. Complex is the Bex. All right. Oh, goodness gracious. We're gonna have
getting a notary now. I don't know what it takes to get a notary, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Yeah, you might have to take an oath.
I can take an oath. I'm already the Pope of Awesometown.
I am, by the way, ordained by the internet.
By the internet, yes.
I took an oath to the internet.
Did I ever tell you how I actually became the Pope of Awesometown?
It was a self-declaration thing, much like Julius Caesar.
Sort of, but then it became real.
Ooh.
Yes. So I was doing weddings. I do weddings at the Louisiana Renaissance Fair. And
Festival.
Festival, yes. I'm actually an ordained minister, as it were, and I had some fans.
Just like Shakespeare, only apparently more cool because he gets to wear a tall hat.
That's right. And so I had some fans. They were like, "Oh my gosh, would you marry us? That'd be great." I said, "Absolutely, absolutely." So you got to go to the parish of Tangipahoa because, of course, it's Louisiana. They do their counties. They call them parishes because that's what happens when you leave Catholics in charge. Not a problem. Anyway, so you got to sign in as a minister, and so I go to the thing, and there's the big paperwork thing you have to do, and you have to show your credentials and do all this stuff, and you write the thing. Well, there's a line on the credentials that says, your name, blah, 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 blah. It says title. And I was like, I hadn't really thought of a title for myself. I mean, I could be minister, or I could be like parish priest, or you can do whatever you want. You can call yourself that. So I was like, well, there's no higher religious authority in Awesometown. It's just me as the religious goes. So I guess I'm the Pope. I guess I'm Pope of Awesometown. So I wrote in the title line, Pope of Awesometown. Now here's the thing. They don't care what you write. You could write anything. You could write Pope of Awesometown. They don't care. Closes the book, pay the fee or whatever it was. And so the next year, I have another group, another couple that wants me to marry them. And I was like, absolutely. Just, you got to fill out these forms. You got to do this stuff. I'm already in their books in Tangipahoa Parish. So they already know who I am, blah, blah, blah. So you just have to fill out the forms and blah, blah. But a whole year had gone by because we're back to the Louisiana Fair. And I was like, you still got to fill out another form, who you are, blah, 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 for this particular wedding. These are the people. And then again, it said title. And I was like, it had been a whole year. I was like, title. I was like, wait, I think I wrote Pope of Awesometown in that book. So all right, my title, Pope of Awesometown. So they returned the paperwork. They handed to the guy, here's our marriage certificate, blah, blah, blah. Here's our officiant, blah, 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 blah. The guy's like, okay, this checks out. This checks out. Pope of Awesometown? I'm sorry, I'm going to have to look this up. He's like, he goes back, hey, Loretta, somebody says he's Pope of Awesometown. And they all go back to the back room where all the records are kept. They find the book. And there's, okay, all right, that's okay. All right, all right, here we go. All right, right here. Walby, I guess he is Pope of Awesometown. Stamps the paper. That'll be $10. Congratulations. And I was like, yes. So it's official by the powers invested in me by the parish of Tangipahoa.
See, I'm slightly amazed that you did not. Doing a Pope signal. I like it. Very nice. I am slightly amazed that you didn't go with the Latinate Pontifex Maximus. You being a fan of antiquity.
I think Pope. More people would get the joke.
See, for me now though, because you did not technically choose Pontifex Maximus, which is a title the Pope has inherited from the Romans.
Yes, of course.
I think that is a title I need myself to claim.
Go for it.
Chief priest of wherever I am.
Yeah. I mean, you got to narrow it down. Then we can have a fight.
Oh my God! With the popes and the anti-popes.
I mean, clearly you're the anti-pope. I am the pope.
Yeah.
But see, everyone else's pope is the other person's anti-pope.
Exactly. And there was this wonderful situation there was this wonderful situation back in, I want to say, the 5th, maybe 6th centuries, when it was in the 5th century. It was before the Western Empire fully collapsed, when it was still technically a thing. And there was one of the earlier supremacy issues between which of the fathers of the church were the father. But because people in Rome had started, because the Italian Latinate was becoming more, as we now think of it, Italian, they were no longer saying Pontifex Maximus, they were saying Il Papa. So the father, the Holy Father, and it just became the Pope. And she's like, well, see, they're already calling me the father. So I guess that means I'm in charge, right? And then you have the patriarch, and it's like, well, my title means father. And all of us were technically called patriarchs of the church. There were 5 of us, and we're supposed to be splitting the power. And even though Italy lost all power over Rome and empire and everything, they got to keep the top job. Yep. It was a grand party. It's just fun and weird. And Stephanie is doing it. Pope v anti-pope, Pope v Pope. It's like spy v spy.
I think Pope versus Pope. Yeah.
Yeah, Pope v Pope. And then we both get to wear the tall hats.
Oh yeah.
And
that's how popes fight. Actually, they just charged at each other repeatedly, and then like one of those like mountain goats, or mountain sheep. They're like, Gah! And then
but then also every once in a while they have the clashing of the miters. Whose mitre is mighty?
That's right. Oh, whose mitre is mightiest?
Yeah. Can you tell everybody who was raised by Catholics?
Right.
Oh my gosh. And Sally is saying that we should have a slappy fight.
Of course.
Oh my god.
Which side are you on? Okay.
All right.
No, just slappy fight.
Holy war? No, I feel like this is kind of an unholy war. It's an unholy abomination.
More of a battle, really.
Yeah, more of a backyard squabble.
Can't stay mad at Shakespeare.
No, can't stay mad at Paulo. Can we both declare a crusade?
Yes.
Yeah, totally. I will wear a good hat for that crusade, and I will declare it to be the last crusade.
As far as crusades go, that's the one.
That's the best crusade.
So Shakes, we didn't even talk about coffee.
No, we didn't. Not at all.
Last week I was with my I had my cafe corretto, which as we all know, since we're doing words.
Do I need to bring that back up here? All right.
Do we have a timer?
All right. A cafe corretto, which as we all know means.
So cafe is coffee, right? Corretto is Italian for correct. Right?
Oh, aren't they being pretentious?
It is corrected coffee. Corretto is the ed, right? So it's like correct, and there's corrected, right? So it's corrected coffee, which means it has alcohol in it. And that's right. I fixed your coffee. Yeah. Here, buddy, Tony, fixed your coffee. Yeah, your coffee was broken. I fixed it.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
And if you're having an Irish coffee, that just simply means there's either Bailey's or Jameson in there. But I think even the Irish would say, you know what? The Italians got the name right.
Right. Well, because you can still have coffee. Now, I guess Irish coffee is just assumed that if you're Irish and you're drinking coffee, you've put something in it.
More likely. Clearly. Or received it from an Irish.
Right.
Yeah.
So then whereas you can have a cafe, or you can have a corrected cafe. We fixed your coffee. We fixed your coffee. You
sound so New Jersey right there.
Yeah. Hey, fix your coffee, Joe. Come on.
Fix your coffee.
Yeah. So once again, a Sumatra blend with a I went whole tropical thing. It was like Sumatra blend and then loco nut rum.
Oh yeah, I was going to say you would need a rum for that. Yeah.
Yes. So delicious.
I have become quite fond of a splash of Jameson's into my Pete's coffee. I like to do when I'm like.
None of these people are paying us to say this, by the way.
No. Yeah, please give me money. I mean, but when I'm just making coffee real quick, I will often just do the Folgers tea bags. Coffee, the individual serving coffees, and it's great. It's good in a minute, and it's fine. Yeah. And
yes, Stephanie.
It is good enough. And Stephanie, by the way, loves that stinking loco nut.
Yeah, that's it. That's right there. It's so good in coffee. Oh my gosh. Something I have also discovered.
Go
as we're
ahead.
talking about new trends and doing new stuff. I am now a farmer.
Oh,
yes. Hi, I'm the new owner of a gigantic garden, which is actually about to be twice as big as it was, which it was already twice as big as it was last year. It is now twice as big, and now it's about to double that as well. Again.
So you're just growing literally exponentially.
Exactly, and so here's what I found out is that unlike performing while juggling while performing, you cannot be intoxicated at all. Okay. First of all, there's liability that if you do injure someone, your liability insurance doesn't cover you if you stab somebody or set them on fire while intoxicated. Pardon me.
It's all right.
But you know what you can do after a few shots? Garden. You can totally garden. Now, sometimes after a lot of shots, maybe you don't always remember where you put all the seeds that you planted, or if you put any seeds there at all, maybe sometimes. So sometimes it's like a surprise. And you come back in like another week and you're like, what is that? Oh, that's right. I put cucumbers there. And I totally forgot. It's fun. It's like a birthday party. It's like presents.
Oh my goodness. I have never drunk gardened before. I may try that out sometime. Yes.
I highly recommend it.
We own neither the house that we live in right now nor the land it is on. So I fear that the landlord may declare all produce coming out of a garden to be his. At the same point, my wife and I, we are nearly ready to take that risk.
Right. Do what Italians do who live in little apartments. They just, anything that'll hold dirt, they make a bucket and just there's a tomato plant.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Basil plant, whatever you got.
I have the mechanisms for a hanging tomato bush and a strawberry and strawberries as well. So we're going to be doing that. Putting some fun stuff out there.
Yeah.
Some squash. Just see what happens. But good times. Back on the coffee thing though. So this is just my everyday coffee, just the Folgers thing. I am a huge fan of Pete's Coffee Major Dickinson. Yeah, the Major Dickinson blend. It's I think the signature one. And I like to coarse grind it so I can then do it up properly in a French press.
Nice.
Because when you're doing it in a French press, you have all the natural oils inherent in the coffee bean mixed in with the coffee water, and then you don't need to sweeten it or add milk or anything like that. It's all there, and you're getting all the natural flavors, which are lost if you're using a paper filter. Just hit your mute button.
Sorry.
And Sally is sad because she has bad soil, no garden, buckets don't work either. Sorry, Sally.
Well, they have dirt for sale.
Oh yeah. I mean, I wouldn't recommend going into the Lowe's, but yeah, order it for pickup right now.
Right.
Oh, and Sally's asking medium or dark. I prefer dark roast coffee. I drink light and medium, but I prefer dark. What about you, Paolo?
I usually just go with medium unless I know that, because I live there. There's a lot of people at the house, so we kind of just, whatever. But if I had my druthers, I would just get the dark roast. It's just got more flavor.
Yes. Dark roast, a lot of people say, I can't handle it. It's too caffeinated. Dark roast has less caffeine than a light roast. Because the longer you roast it, the more caffeine you're literally burning out of it. Just like when you are cooking with wine, you're burning the alcohol content out of it.
Well, then I'm going to go back to light coffee then.
No, yes. And it's like, that's why breakfast blends are lighter roasts than dark roasts. And dark roasts are often afternoon and evening blends if you're not going decaffeinated. And unless you're trying for a second wind, like a real great second wind, avoid the espresso as an after dinner thing. But holy smoke, yeah.
Well, that's why you put alcohol in it. It's the best of every world.
So it's the buzz of the espresso, but then the other buzz of like, hey.
One spins you one way, the other one spins you the other way.
And so you keep trying to run but stop.
You just
and
try
run
to
and stop.
hover. Yeah, it's
like
good times.
It's like, I'm just gonna sit here and hope for the best. That's what we'll do. Oh my goodness, Paolo! It is always a joy to have you here on the show. You are welcome back at any time to talk about anything. Because
hey, you know what we haven't talked about?
What?
My Kickstarter.
Oh my goodness gracious! And you never even sent me the link for that to bring up on screen.
I didn't. It's okay.
Send me the link and I'll bring the screen up.
Well, the link is really long.
Yeah, but just literally text me the link real quick and I'll bring it up on screen.
Okay, let me see if I got it right here. All right, yes. Well, the my new Kickstarter, by the way, is the Nat 21 dice, because of course, what is better than getting a natural 20? Well,
then a natural 21.
Oh, that's right. So because we figured, hey, there's a couple different reasons why I came up with this. One of them was, of course, Spinal Tap. This goes to 11, and I
literally just found your Kickstarter by typing in Nat 21 Kickstarter.
Yeah, there you go. So you can just do that, and then of course also the other one for those Bugs Bunny fans out there. I don't know if you're aware of the episode where Bugs Bunny is he's like a minor 49er kind of guy. He goes into this Western place, and he's like got all this gold, and then this guy Black Jacques Chalac wants to steal the gold from him, and he's like, let's play 21. And so Bugs Bunny is the naive guy who doesn't know how to play blackjack, and literally this is where I got this idea, because he's like, he gives him Bugs Bunny one card, and Bugs Bunny's like, so I'm trying to get to 21, right? He's like, okay. He's like, wait, can I stay on one card? And Blackjack Chalac is like, but of course. And then Blackjack deals himself 2 cards. He palms a 10. He gets another 10. So he gives himself a 20. And he's like, I have a 20. Hardy har har. And Bugs Bunny, of course, with only one card, pulls up a 21. And I was like, we should do that in D&D. So not only can you get 1, 2, 5, 20 of those dice yourself, but also just as an extra bonus for supporting, you can get these awesome dungeon tiles. Ooh, that's right. So you can, I painted all of them originally, and then these are like vinyl stuck onto nice hard masonite. They're durable, and they comes with a whole set, right? So you have different sizes of rooms, you have hallways, you also have stuff. And you can get the dark dungeon color tiles. You can get the fancy marble tiles. Ooh. The marble tiles. For those times your party actually shows up someplace nice.
Absolutely. And so more information on that, you go to facebook.com/nat21adventures, and also head over here to the Kickstarter Nat 21 over the top dice and dungeon tiles over on Kickstarter. I just plug in Nat 21, NAT 21 plus a Kickstarter, and it'll give it to you. Yep. Very quick. It was literally the first thing came up on my Google search.
We've
when
only
I said,
been up for...
send me your link. He's like, it's very long, and it's like, there you go.
Yeah. So. It's only it's only been up for I guess this is 2.5 days. We premiered it on Sunday night during the game, and it's already 20% funded. So
that's fantastic.
So we're so close there. So yeah, we got all sorts of stuff, fun prizes. Roll your 21 just when you need that extra push. And hey, and you know what? If you don't need any of these things, go to the Kickstarter and just watch the video. It is homage to the Spinal Tap.
It's fantastic. But at some point we're going to need something that it's like, well, it's none more black. They ask, how black can you make it? And the answer is none. None more black. Yep. So it's like, how high can you roll? The answer is none.
None more.
None more.
Exactly.
I see you're 21 and I raise you at 22. Nope, sorry.
That's impossible. That can't be done. Oh, wait a minute.
Never tell me the odds, kid. Oh my goodness gracious. This may be the longest episode we've ever done.
Oh my gosh.
We're about 50 minutes here. Thanks again, as we are wrapping the show up, to our sponsor for the show, our actual sponsor for the show, none of our fake sponsors. And it's not the Sealand Renfest, no. But
we're totally doing it, man. We're totally doing it.
But Hill Storage and Rigging Company, machinery movers, erectors, millwrights, and storage solutions in Middletown, Pennsylvania. No job too large or too small. Contact them by calling 717-944-7676. That's 717-944-7676. Go to hillrigging.com. If you'd like to become a sponsor of the show, you can email me, Shakespeare at shakespeareapproves.com. And of course, thank you to our wonderful guest, Paolo Garbanzo, mayor of Awesometown, my co-owner of the Sealand
Renfest. Sealand Renfest doesn't know we're having the festival there, but they'll find out.
When we all show up, and they were like, "Oh no, we wanted quarantine." It's like, don't worry about it. We brought our own tests.
There you go. Just before we get on the boat.
Yeah. I don't want to run with these people. It's weird. It's gross. I'm going to wear a mask. Jesus.
I don't think they'll be upset if we leave them in London.
No.
London might be upset, but
be like, hey, oh my, we didn't talk about this either. Did you see that the globe might be closing?
How can you know?
Yeah.
Well, that's like the Colosseum closing.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, they're not doing shows there much anymore, but
no, but they're talking about it. Like if things go on and like we're not able to open theater, that. I'm just bringing up an article right now. I'm going to share it. Yep, Shakespeare's Globe Theatre features permanent shutdown. And I will bring it. I'll bring the sad article up on screen, and it makes me sad. But here it is.
Well, this is my surprise face.
Yeah, I know, right? There it is. Yeah, Shakespeare's Globe Theatre faces permanent closure due to COVID-19 lockdown.
Yeah.
The Shakespeare's Globe Theatre, most famous London playhouse where the playwright shows were performed, faces permanent closure. All right. Yeah. Real quick, folks, not strictly true. This is a recreation of it. Semantics, but whatever. I'm
going to say that, they're not going to let it. They're not going to let that happen. I mean, just see how many, instantaneously people, as soon as the Notre Dame was burning down, people were already like, we're going to take $1 billion and we're going to rebuild this thing. I do kind of
wish that they would send that. They would have sent that $1 billion a few other places, but whatever. But yeah, lawmakers warned on Monday that the UK government that the historic theatre, which has been closed since March, was faced with insolvency and closure as a result of the lockdown's impact on finances. And it's been open since 1997, meters from the original site on the banks of the Thames, and blah, 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 blah. But yes, the artistic director, Michelle Terry, said the theatre is not eligible for Arts Council funding. So the Playhouse was faced with having to balance between surviving and serving the community. A bit like every freelancer, it's very hand-to-mouth. We're completely dependent on income from ticket sales and everything, retail, education, workshops. So when the income stops, we have few reserves we've got in the banks. It's sort of like whatever savings you've got, that's how long you'll last. Lawmaker Julian Knight, who chairs the UK's Digital Culture, Media and Sports Committee, warned that the closure of the Playhouse would be a tragedy. I agree with that. Goodness gracious, hopefully it will be able to remain open and or get a ridiculously wealthy patron to just throw money at them.
Something will happen. Look,
or we should buy it. Oh my God.
And then we'll have a Ren Fair there.
We'll have a Ren Fair.
Globe Theatre, Sealand Ren Fair.
So no, not even Sealand Renfest. Sealand Renfest will simply provide earldoms, etc. Right. Shakespeare and Paolo's Globe.
All right, I'm gonna watch me take all these things and bring them all together.
All right.
I don't think that England's gonna let this happen because here's the thing. So Sealand, built during World War II,
Yes.
There's a great quote. England, of course, struggled during World War II. Before we really busted in there and helped, they were getting clobbered. One of the people asked Winston Churchill, he's like, look, well, England, the actual country, is running out of money. What if we start selling off some of our artwork, and then we can afford to buy more bullets? And Winston Churchill said, I don't do British accents, but he said,
weird, because you work at Renaissance festivals.
Right. No, I've never done a British accent. I've just done Italian and bad at that. So, because anyway, long story. Anyway, but Winston Churchill said, my good boy, what are we fighting for if not to keep our art safe? Like, hello, like this is a war about culture, and we're not going to have that erased. We're not just going to sell off England's finest culture just so we can be a country. Like, no. So I don't think I'm going to say that England will prevail, and they're not going to let that happen. So, but that's just.
But if they do, you and I
goes out of business. Maybe we buy it for $1.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, like everyone, let's go in together. Paolo and I, our names will be on it. But like, you can all own a piece of it. You can all own a piece of the globe.
And then we sell.
And then Paolo, and then Paolo and I will own it for legal purposes, and then it'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah,
it'll be fine.
I mean, like, yeah, but you can visit anytime you want.
Anytime.
Buy a brick.
That's right.
Louis wants to say, speaking of your lack of an English accent, he always uses his HTML accent when performing. Oh, goodness gracious. And then Stephanie says, hashtag make chicanery happen 2020, hashtag you can only go through with it 2020, which are callbacks to her episode when we did hashtag make chicanery happen 2020, and you can only go through it 2020. Wonderful. And Louis, by the way, I just got a $9 tip from Louis into my tip jar. Thank you so very much, Louis.
Oh, Louis.
It was wonderful. Just very, very kind of you. Very generous. And by the way, Stephanie says we should get Lemon Well to help us out.
I am sending you some tiles there, Louis. So
absolutely, yeah. So make sure you look for the Nat 21 Kickstarter on on Kickstarter. Just plug it in Nat 21 Kickstarter in your Google search. Help out Paolo Garbanzo. Now we're ending the show for reals because we've had several. Wait, we didn't talk about this. All right, cool. Let's keep going.
Full circle.
This is so much fun. I love it. So, but
next time I'm on, we're gonna do the minute of the word window and in German, and why the Germans use the Latin word finster.
Finster. Oh, we're gonna have to get into that.
And I'll only have a minute to do it.
Oh, yeah. Get everything going.
I'm gonna have to practice.
This is excellent for argumentation. This is like debate team or forensics back in high school, and we didn't have either of those in my high school. Makes me sad.
There you go.
But thank you once again to Paolo Garbanzo. Go to facebook.com/Paolo Garbanzo. Go to facebook.com/Nat21Adventures to join us on Sundays 7 to 11 to play Nat 21. Go start supporting our hashtag Sealand Renfest.
We're gonna start.
We're gonna do it.
GoFundMe.
We're gonna do it.
Here's what we're gonna need. We're gonna need $14 million.
or possibly 14 million pounds. We don't know actually.
Right. Well, the conversion rate. Yeah.
We'll convert. Yeah.
What if we? Because that's not the only rig out there. That's not the only rig. So, well, this $14 million buys us another one.
How derelict is the other rig that we're looking at?
That's why we need $14 million.
No, I'm saying Sealand's already kind of working, so we could just...
Right. So we just need to buy an army.
I think $14 million can buy you a half-decent army. I mean, what Sealand's got.
They have survived other attacks before, so it's going to have to be good.
We're going to come from the skies. And we'll hire James Bond.
Perfect.
Duh. Hello. But Go do all the things, friends. Paolo, thanks for being on. Join us
for having me.
anytime. All right, friends, this has been Shakespeare's Coffee Break. I am your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare. We are finally here at the end of the show. Let's have one final slurp. And friends, if you would like to support the show, and thank you, Louis, for supporting the show during the show, please go to coffee.com/Shakespeare. That's ko-fi.com/Shakespeare and buy me a cup of coffee. Well, there you can also commission me to write you an original sonnet. I'm getting really good at them. I've written one about Baby Yoda. That was a good time. Another one just about being an artist and so many other things. Sonnets about love, sonnets about friendship. So go do that. You can also become a recurring supporter of mine by being my patron on Patreon, patreon.com/Shakespeare. And we're going to be adding a tier soon, a very high level. But some of you have ridiculous amounts of money to drop on it. For instance, supporting the Sealand Renfest. So you need to go do that. But you'll become a Lord Patron of Shakespeare's social distancing players. Speaking of the social distancing players, coming up on Wednesday, June 3rd, our next show, A Midsummer Night's Dream, A Gay Old Time, starring many of your Renaissance Fair favorites. Daniel Greenwolf as Oberon, Christina Coyer from Chaste Treasure as Helena, Molly Thomas from The Vixens on Guard as Hermia. We are going to be having yours truly, and also Claire Bohanec from the Zenith Players, who I do a lot of readings with. She will be playing Titania. Drunk and Disorderly will be providing musical entertainment during the show. It's going to be a great time. You can go to the Indiegogo to support the actors for that show, to help pay for the salaries. The goal with each of the social distancing players productions, Paolo was just in Julius Caesar, Beware the Eyes of March of the Penguins last week. The goal is to raise at least $100 per performer in order to help keep live theater alive during this period where our theaters and Renaissance festivals, including the Globe Theater, are closed. So thank you very much, friends. We will be back tomorrow with another show. On Thursday, we'll be doing Talking Trek, where Brian Harvard, the producer and co-owner of the Connecticut Renaissance Fair, and I will be talking some Star Trek. It'll be a grand time. And then on Friday, Shakespeare's Shameless Self-Promotion Happy Hour, which may or may not have Paolo Garbanzo back as a guest. I don't know. He don't know. No one knows. It's kind of crazy. Will Paulo be back? I don't know. It just depends. But thanks very much for joining us here, friends. And always remember, we are in this together, even though we're physically separated. Stay safe. Stay healthy. And remember, I love you. You love me. There's mutual glorious affection. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.